Hey everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Dragonheir Silent God. For today's video, we're going to do a little bit of a showcase against my team versus Irzillas in the Chief Challenges. So this is going to be more of a team showcase, but I did this during my live stream, which is this video and the live stream was sponsored by Dragonheir Silent God. You guys know it's my favorite sponsor because it's a game I already love and play. And well, I had fun during my live stream, but if you haven't already checked out the game yet, make sure you download it on Android, iOS, Mac, PC, Steam, or Epic Games. Brand new seasons, brand new game. We're here with some new challenges, new team synergies, lots to explore, and we even have the official Dungeons & Dragons collaboration event, Part 2, coming with Elminster very soon. But for this video, what I'm going to do is show you guys, well, this rest of this run properly recorded when I successfully hit 22 million plus, which I hopefully can do again. But at first, I'm actually going to show you my live stream, where I started with a little bit of a different team comp, different gear, and wasn't even close, and it was a struggle. The real struggle for this fight versus Irzillas in my team is no Adolphus. The epic is honestly the key. I also do not have Flora's exclusive artifact and all that fancy stuff. And trying to use Flora with only 1 DPS just doesn't cut it. She's pretty bad with only 1 wild. She needs 2. So I had to find a way to make Quaesitia survive. She has no books. I'm going to get into that. I'm going to show you guys some of my trial and error. And then I'm going to go to the end and show you guys the successful run. Then all of the current builds for the people so you can see what actually worked. But this was a struggle. I couldn't believe how hard it was to hit 22 million with my Flora team. Not so fancy after all. So we have Irzillas, and I think I'm going to go wild because that's better than burn, unfortunately for burn. But I don't know what I want to do for support. I don't know what I want to do for tank either, because I mean, the obvious would be like, oh, Adolphus and a Soul Day, or Adolphus and Quaesitia, or something. She can control the summons. But the problem is I don't have an Adolphus. So that doesn't help. I might have to use Megan here. It's gonna be interesting, but I think we'll get it to where you only have to worry about the tanks healing, so I think we can do something a little quirky. I'm not sure though. I don't know. It might be weird. I gotta try though. So we're definitely gonna go with so Irzillas as a boss, his range only goes around him and the summons stay close by too if you have a tank up there. And I don't have to worry too much, you know, about the people in the back. Alright. So, we got Erich, we got Flora, and we're gonna not need Toddlenum because he's not gonna help much. We're gonna need to get... Oh, I have to farm for it, don't I? I think I have to go farm for this. Actually, yeah. We're gonna have to go farm for this, but I can at least plan who I'm using and see if I have to farm anything else real quick. So I'm gonna use Foley. I really like Foley a lot. I guess I can just put everyone all the way in the back. And then I did get a whole dork. I mean, can I use him for anything? I don't know. It dispels 2 buffs from them and accuracy penalty. I don't need accuracy penalty. Reduces the target's ultimate energy when dealing damage to enemies within 3 tiles. So I'd have to put him here. Behind the tank. I might have to play around with Holdork. We'll have to see. Because the ultimate energy reduction could be fun. And the removing a buff is good because he puts up the increased attack. the summon units at himself. I also could, instead of 3 wild people, I could do a buff stripper, but I don't really want to do that, ideally. So I think we're gonna go with... where are we? I'm trying to remember who I want to use. Actually, this is the most important. I want to get the biggest numbers I can, then whichever one I have to do 4th, we'll just be doing whatever I can do to make it work. I think Quaesitia, because she's gonna bring attack down, and she can knock up and fear the skeletons. So then it's just, who the hell is healing them? Who is healing Quaesitia? That's the real question. So... I really need it. I could use an Adolphus Isolde combo. I know. I think we're gonna have enough healing and protection for the other one with Necro if I use Adri and or Megan. But Megan I could also bring in here. She could put up increased defense. And she could keep boosting, and she should... oh, she would boost the ultimate energy and help out. You know what? Maybe Megan. I think we can just leave everybody in the full back. I'm not sure, or do we need to bring in a second person to distract the boss? I guess I could find out really quick. Let me see if I can survive long enough for the boss to do the second hit. I think they stay just with the tank. So let's see. Does he hit the people in the back? Oh no, it's just gonna be the summons. So they're out now. Now what happens? What happens with the first and I guess it's just first and second skill. He's only attacking the tank. That's it. Right? Yeah, the people in the back are taking 0 damage. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. We can just keep boosting with Megan. Megan could keep Quaesitia alive. Nobody has gear, guys. Let's quit this. Okay, I like this. This is the plan. Let's go wild. Alright, so let me double check. Here, we got... our wild team, Quaesitia as the tank, Megan as our healer and support. We've got Erich and the fancy pipe organ to boost everyone's attack damage. Flora's at her vile ink like always. Quaesitia is our witch's remains. She attacks multiple times on her ultimate and she needs accuracy anyway. Megan's got the hourglass for the boost. I have Megan in ancestral protection to take some heat off of Quaesitia. Quaesitia will increase everybody's attack whenever she places a debuff. We've got Inventor on Foley, Gambler on Erich, and the Abyssal Enlightenment set on Flora. Okay. That looks good. That looks good. And then our timings, I'm only going to worry about the wild people right now because I don't have books on Quaesitia and I can't time that ideally. Because of Flora's ultimate, I think I'm going to try the attack aura first, or do I... She can't crit. Flora can't crit. So yeah, I think I'll stick to the attack aura, but I might try the crit damage one too. We might run it a couple times and see what happens. So time number 1 will be with attack aura. Yeah, Flora is focused on enlightenment. Yep. My enlightenment's not very high though. My gear kind of sucks, but I do have an enlightenment chest, an enlightenment rune, but I need to level. I don't have any legendary enlightenment runes, so my enlightenment really sucks on Flora right now. But it's just a matter of rolling up more gear. See if I get better rolls on the runes, I think. The epic one as well. So as much enlightenment as I can have right now, which isn't great, but this is the first time I built Flora for the season, so I haven't prioritized gear for her yet. So I will in the future. Let's see, Flora does her ultimate. Then everyone else, well, you see this little whirlwind tornado up there? That's when everyone else needs to do theirs. and that's what gives Flora her damage. It's all about her ultimate. Megan will probably have to heal herself, though. I didn't even think about that. So this time because her HP was low, she used it on herself, though. No! Ah, crap. And Quaesitia can't hang. Oh my god. Okay, Megan is not good enough as the healer for Quaesitia. I was kind of hopeful, but no. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, let's see if someone else can do a better job. Ouch. Alright, so Estella is in. Instead, for now. I don't know, I know this is not one of the easiest bosses, to be honest. The tanking is hard. So she is controlling. I'm seeing her debuffs land. I do have enough defense on her, I think. Or defense accuracy. Looks like her stuff is landing. She is knocking up the skeletons. Hey! Oh, Quaesitia, no! No, 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 no! Okay, yeah. I think she needs books. I need to get back to that attack penalty more often, then I could maybe time it. I don't know if Quaesitia without books is gonna cut it. It's a tiny bit better with Estella, though. Okay, fully booked Estella now. That might help. Mona Lisa is on, but with not the greatest stats to give her great HP. But we did get her pretty solid Enlightenment, which she's based on HP and Enlightenment. So we'll have to see how that goes. But that should heal. That should be a huge difference. 15% more healing, coming back to the skill more often. Battle skill, 4 seconds faster recharge time. Yeah, that's gonna make a big difference. Yeah, let's see what happens with just the skill books on Estella now. If I can make it to 22 mil, I'll be happy. I'm not gonna worry about pushing it higher. Also, remember, guys, I have 0 additions to the fire and necro elemental bonuses for the just basic elemental damage for the 4 and the 5. It's a good team. I just need to book the damn tank. Yeah, it's got potential, but I need to book this tank. Same damage as before. It's a good team. The tank is really hurting without some better recharge time that I could actually time her skills with the boss. I want to be able to last the whole time. Bye, Quaesitia with no books. Hello, Horus. Let's go. Oh, wait. My timings. I have to change my timings. Wait, why does my Megan have no gear? Oh, because I'm not using her. Oh, shoot. On the last run, I swapped out people. We had no timings, guys. It might have been fine, but we still died early. You know what? We still died early, so let me just do this. Oh, it doesn't matter, because they would have kept going anyway. Never mind. They're fine. They would have gone in the right pattern anyway. Never mind. Nothing to see here. Horus instead of Quaesitia. He's a tanky beast. That passive really comes in clutch. I think until Quaesitia's booked, I might get more value out of him. But the problem is I don't have anyone else with attack penalty except for his battle skill, so it's gonna be a little random. It's looking the same. It looks exactly the same. We're not even to 14 million. That's when things... No, it was worse. It was not better. It's worse. It's worse. Didn't even hit 13 million. Not worse, not better. Nope. Okay, Quaesitia, still better. Megan is in instead of Foley. In Ancestral Protection, moved up a spot so she and Quaesitia both can benefit from her ultimate, but the skeletons and the boss's ultimate are not affecting Megan, so she's okay. So now we have Estella and Megan to support our tank. But we just have Flora and Erich as the damage dealers, which is not ideal. Flora really doesn't shine with only one other wild hero. But at least Erich is a very reliable one, especially with his passive. He's gonna proc a ton of wild. Not gonna lie. But Quasatia is looking a little risky. Okay, she's back. Okay, we might hit the 22 million. Oof. But that's so risky. No, 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 no. Oh my god. She's stressing me out over here. Yeah, yours is booked. I remember yours was booked and it's... I was doing only 14 million, so I did better. But it just kills the damage with that. Flora is not good with 2 people, just not. I think I'm gonna have to like pause and come back and finish this like off stream because I think I'm gonna try to, and maybe I'll just add whatever happens to a video to show what I come up with to be successful. Because this is too hard. It's just not. It's not good enough with the without books. I could just put a soul day in there. But she's gonna die. She's not gonna survive on her own. Alright, we're nearing the end of the battle, and this did way more than I actually did when I recorded it. So I'm gonna let this part play out. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. And Quasatia dies. But, you know what? There's 26 million. I just did this and only did 22 million for sake of recording. And that just shocked me. I didn't expect to get more. I expected to barely be able to do it. So if only I could survive the whole 5 minutes, this would be an amazing battle. So that's my biggest challenge, is going to be booking Quasatia. It is just hard to properly cycle through without those books, and I really need an attack penalty. I tried so many different things. So okay, this is good. We're going to hit save. Yes, we're confirming. Woohoo! Saving our reward. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I'm working with. So you saw in the video during my live stream, I tried a bunch of combinations of things that just didn't quite work. I wanted to kind of show you what I tried and what failed. But what else I tried and failed was using, let's scroll to her. I used Ferrara in a pretty good build, honestly. She actually did pretty good damage with the buff prohibition and the removal of a buff. For sake of that stupid increased attack that really gets the tank, right? Really, really hard hit. But because she's not wild, and having her as one of the DPS, even with good damage on her, it just wasn't enough damage-wise. Maybe now that I put Flora in a better set, it might be, but it was rough, and it was a struggle. So, the combinations of stuff obviously was with Estella or with Megan. But at the end of the day, this Megan team worked, so let me show you. Flora is the key. Obviously, not everyone has Flora. I know she's a fancy legendary. But again, this is a showcase, not a guide. I will have a separate guide type video coming out, but that's different. For this one, okay, so she has 325 enlightenment, 6,000 attack. And I was able to build her pretty squishy with only 37,000 HP and 1,800 defense because no one gets hit in that formation, right? So it allows you to build people a lot more in a more interesting way. So this is kind of my new ultimate enlightenment attack build. I want to try to take this on to the Ice Blast team for Zorak, honestly. Not gonna lie, I think I want to do that, but maybe with the Harpy's Nail for him instead of the Ink Vial, I think. But this is impressive. I couldn't believe the stats I got. And yeah, she really smacks. So we had Enlightenment Chest, attack percentage, attack flat, and of course Enlightenment for our runes, and an Inventor set for Flora with the Vial Ink as her artifact. I do not have Flora's exclusive artifact. I might have a fancy Flora, but I don't have her artifact, so that is what it is. She was able to shine so much better because of that. Alright, then. Let's scroll down. The second DPS was Erich. I did put him in the eyeball So he's in a gambler set with the eyeball. Not too crazy stats here. I just kind of mixed them around a little bit, honestly, and prioritized getting the best gear possible for Flora more than anyone else, and the best runes and everything. So he's got 4,800 attack, which is really solid. 83% crit rate, but not crazy crit damage. So he is pretty good, but could definitely use some more crit damage. And then we have Foley. So I had great success with Foley last time. Sorry, I know you can't quite see everything behind me, but that's why I'm clicking some of them too and describing. But yeah, Foley is in a inventor set as well. So she's got crit rate attack as well. A nice damage build, same thing. A 90% crit rate on her. Only 99% crit damage, not crazy, but 4,400 attack. The good part about this, again, is being able to build people with such low defense and HP really allows you to push the stats. And I did do this with the legendary level 20 pipe organ, which gives ranged heroes in the team gain 10% of the wearer's attack. So she had to have pretty good attack or this wouldn't have been worth putting it on her. I could have probably put that on someone else, but in the end it worked out. So our tank was the problem and the solution. She's both, right? So you could see behind me here, I have I have the Cyril set, which gives every time she inflicts a debuff, all allies gain an additional 15% attack for 10 seconds. So that was kind of the goal there, and to have her in Witch's Remains is pretty solid because she hits 3 times with her ultimate. But as you can see, those number ones, mine is not skilled, so this was really, really rough, unfortunately. No skills on her meant really long cooldown, which meant I couldn't really sync things into timing without a bunch of skill haste, and it just wasn't worth even trying. It was a struggle because of that. And keeping her alive the whole time was impossible. Unless I put in 2 healers, then it was possible. I think maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But even with someone who's a really good single target healer, like Estella, it just wasn't good enough. Even with her fully booked, it wasn't good enough to keep her alive. So I definitely would have needed 2 healers or another form of support like Adolphus. But then taking out one of those damage dealers for the sake of Flora specifically, she just does not shine with only 2 DPS. So I had to have 2 other DPS, including Flora, in the team. So Megan was also part of the team here. So Megan is in an Ancestral Protection set, as you can see behind me. So I did just focus HP on her, and whatever defense I could get as well. Nothing crazy, a little bit of defense, not really a focus. And yeah, just whatever I could find. Skill haste would have been nice. I'm so sorry. As I yawn, this is like the time of day I would start yawning again after the morning. I've really been struggling with that, honestly. I think ever since I've been pregnant for like the past few months, at least, of the pregnancy, I've been yawning a lot. It's really, really killing me. I think just because I'm not sleeping well, but I apologize. I don't mean to make you guys yawn too. Anyway, so basic survivability, but the reason I put the wearer takes 15%, like, well, the reason I did this is because she can take the heat off of Quaesitia, right? That worked out really well. And do remember, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, the positioning was what's key, right? So obviously, I'm not going to really... So we have the tank up front, and then you had all of your DPS that were ranged in the back, right? But because, let's just pretend this is Megan. Megan had to be here because of her skill in order to be able to heal. And because Megan was in Ancestral Protection, we're just pretending Isolde's Megan, she took some damage. So sometimes she would use the ultimate on herself. So she had to be one spot up in order to heal herself and the tank. So that's why this was the positioning for the tank, DPS, and then Megan as the healer. Because we kind of needed to, yeah, we kind of needed her to heal and use her ultimate properly. But I did have Megan in the Hourglass. So again, this is not meant to be a guide. I'm just using my best stuff because I'm trying to get my best damage. So this is just a team showcase, but I hope you guys like seeing what I'm using. You obviously can do the more relatable versions of them with lesser gear, lesser artifacts, or instead of Flora, use Felicity, or not Tunnel Nom because of melee, or but you know, any of the other epics, or even rares. People were using Netta, or I think Bronwyn, or there's just so many people you can use instead. It's really not too bad to do a wild team. It's just gonna be hard to get the damage that you need to get 22. You just might have to settle for 11 instead, right? That's about all. But yeah, I hope you guys like watching these team showcases. Hopefully they give you ideas. Yeah. So as you can see, I still have 1 out of 4 to do. So after that long, stressful run trying to get the Flora team happening, I got 3 teams at 22 million. Now it's time to just go take hopefully an 11 million on a different one. I'm not expecting much. I'm just gonna be happy with that, right? But alright guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And if you haven't already, be sure to download Dragonheir Silent Guides now using the link in the description or the pinned comment. It's available on Android, iOS, Mac, PC, Steam, and Epic Games.